So what's happening, everybody? My name is Nick Martinez. Super nice to see all of you. I see a handful of familiar faces and some new faces. So really excited for you to be learning a little bit more about the Dollar Keto Club tonight. Hopefully you're a little bit familiar at this point with Ketones, which if you're not yet familiar, you need to reach out to the person that invited you to this call and say, hey, send me that campfire video. Because we have a video that explains this product with ketones and with campfires, uses a really fun analogy. It's a cartoon, and in 5 minutes, you'll go from maybe not knowing anything about ketones to being a pro and saying, hey, how do I get myself some of that? So if you haven't seen that yet, check it out. But at the end of the day, we're going to talk a little bit today about Ketones, also a little bit about the Dollar Keto Club. You're going to hear a couple different stories. And hopefully answer any questions that you guys have. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Nick Martinez. I live out in Minnesota, and I have two little girls. I have a 6-year-old Callie and a 4-year-old Juliana, who both were drinking my ketones this morning, who absolutely love them. And they're great, like make your kids less crazy fuel, I always say, because kids need brain fuel, right? And that's what ketones are. Just 4.5 years ago, I was a full-time airline pilot. I did not know what a ketone was. I was not doing a ketogenic diet, but I did get a phone call from a friend who said to me, Nick, what do you know about ketones and ketosis? And when I got that call, my answer was, I have no idea what you're talking about. He said, great, you're going to love this stuff. It's going to change the world, and you've got to be part of this. So literally, I hang up the phone. I get a video from him, and then I watch it. It's that campfire video that I just mentioned. And he calls me back in 4 minutes. He says, Nick, this is going to change the world. You need to do this with me. I'm doing it with or without you, but I'm telling you, it's going to be lots of fun. We're going to help a lot of people, and we're going to create amazing businesses. So this was 4.5 years ago. Remember, at the time, I was a full-time airline pilot. My wife worked 60 hours a week for a web development company in their finance department. We had a drone business where we were doing drone photography and aerial mapping with drones. So we were busy, right? We weren't looking for something. We weren't searching the internet for, hey, starting a business from home. We already had a business from home. So that's where I was at. And for some reason, maybe it was the certainty of my friend saying, you've got to check this out. I really just looked at it and I thought, you know, what if this does what it says it does? Right? So maybe your friends told you, hey, this helps with mental clarity, or maybe your friends told you this helps with energy or focus or fat loss or sleep. Guess what? I was skeptical, but I thought, what if this actually does what it says it will do? That could be huge, right? That could mean like that this would impact a lot of people. That could mean I could create a business that would replace my income, that could allow my wife not to work 60 hours a week, that would allow us to spend more time with our girls. And guess what? That was 4.5 years ago. Today, 4.5 years later, life is completely different. I no longer fly airplanes. My wife no longer works her job. We get to, on a daily basis, introduce people to ketones. So I'm really excited to have you on to learn a little bit more. I've got a friend on that's going to share with you just a little bit of her story and just a little bit about how this has impacted her. And I want to introduce you to her now. Her name is Diane. She lives out in Toronto. I've had a pleasure of really getting to know her over the last few years. But Diane, would love for you just to introduce yourself real quick and share with us a little about your experience just with the ketones. Like, what have ketones done for you over the last few years?
Absolutely. Hey, everyone. So I'm Diane. I'm in Toronto. So I also get the privilege of 3 months of great weather, just like Nick Martinez, which is happening now. And so for me, it's kind of, you know, it's almost the same story. Ketones jumped into my life as soon as I needed them. Before ketones, I was dealing with a lot of brain fog. I had lack of focus. My sleep really was not well. And so neither was getting up in the morning. And I was really having some trouble with digestion. To be honest, I was 38 years old and I felt like I was 50. And now 4.5 years of drinking ketones, about 2 months, 3 months in, I felt like I was 20. And for me, it was just such a game changer. I call it my joy juice. I call it my hubby's happy juice. And so for me, you know, the science is so strong when it comes to ketones. I never heard of the word ketones when it was introduced to me. I was looking for something to change my health and I just started drinking it and I never thought of stopping. So for me, it was just a huge game changer. I really believe now that I could see the difference between ketones versus glucose, but I never understood the science. We have so much science that backs it up. But for me, it made me feel great. And it's just something that's completely changed my life. And now I understand what it feels like to be feeling the way that I know that I deserve to feel. And it took a long while to get there. So it was a game changer for me. Absolutely. And I've been drinking it for 4.5 years. The benefits for me, first and foremost, which doesn't happen for everyone, but my brain was really in need of ketones. So I felt the immediate benefits of the focus, of the brain fog lift. And then as I started to drink it, I started after, a month or more, other benefits start to show up. So it was like layered benefits. So it didn't all happen at once. For me, it started to take place. Then I noticed certain things where I noticed that my mood was lifted. I noticed that my digestion was better. I noticed that my sleep was better. And so that just kept on happening over time.
I love it. I love it. Well, it is one of those things where you start to shift the fuel source of your body. Amazing things start to happen. And it's something that literally has taken me 4.5 years to kind of understand, but it's through getting this into so many different people's hands that I've just really determined that the fact that the human body is designed to run on two fuel sources, ketones and glucose. And as a human race right now, we're all running on glucose. Think about it like we have a world of Priuses that are designed to run on gas and electric, but no 1% of the people out there who've learned how to how to hack their car, the mechanics, have learned how to make their Prius run on both fuel sources. Guess what? We as a community of people who drink Keto Nat get to access and get to utilize both fuel sources for our body on a daily basis. So if we had a lot of time on here tonight, we could go through and hear everyone's story of what this has done for them and how it's impacted them. So if you're watching this right now and you've had a great experience with the product, I would love for you to just share in the chat, like click on the chat button, click on your screen, and just share for the guests on here tonight, like what has been the most impactful thing from ketones for you. I'd love to hear some of those stories in the chat if you wouldn't mind. And if you've lost a few pounds, share with us how many pounds you've lost, because I always think that's exciting. What you're going to find is we don't talk about weight loss a lot, although we have some crazy weight loss stories on here right now. We really talk about fat loss and how this really helps you metabolize fat and helps you retain and gain muscle so that you become a more dense and healthy version of yourself. So we don't focus so much on what is the number on the scale. We focus on how do your clothes fit? How do you feel? And as a result, when we have people that have experiences with ketones, they end up losing 100 pounds, but they'll lose it for years to come, right? It's not just a yo-yo diet. It truly is creating a new life that you get to step into. So before we move on, I have one more person I want to just you to hear her story a little bit. She's had some success with ketones just from how she feels as well as from a body transformation standpoint. And Sarah Green would love for you to just share with us a little bit. I saw your kitties there a minute ago. Share with us what ketones have done for you and how they've impacted your life.
Hi, everyone. So yeah, ketones have changed everything. Before I drank ketones, I didn't want to do much of anything. I traveled for work and I would come home and I would sit on the couch and that's all I would do. I didn't want to do anything more. And I just had no desire. And then, I started with the keto reboot and then started integrating ketones, and I do the keto diet as well. And all of a sudden, like, I found myself wanting to do more, coming home, doing laundry, coming home, working on something else, wanting to hang out with my family, wanting to hang out with my friends, wanting to just do things, which was not a part of what I was doing. So I feel like I got every hour of every day back to me, which is really kind of cool. And I just found myself just wanting, more each and every day. Like I said, I travel for work. So I like the mental clarity right in the morning, because I would leave maybe like 2:30 in the morning. So I feel that I'm a safer driver when I have my ketones, because I have the focus that I need. I have the alertness that I need and everything like that. I have been able, in the little over 2 years that I've been doing this, drop about 140 pounds. So that obviously has made a transformation too, and, increased the desire to do a lot more because I physically can, do more. But it's changed every single aspect of my life.
That's awesome. Thanks for sharing. I love it. Made you a safer driver. I know some people, they say, hey, I no longer have road rage because I drink ketones. That's powerful. And 140 pounds, that's absolutely no joke. I mean, I don't know how you even approach that when you have a significant amount of weight to lose. Generally, it's like, hey, I can't start because I don't see the end in sight. But we have people like Sarah, and she's super unique and super amazing. However, her story inside of our community, you'll meet a lot of people that have had 100 pounds plus. In fact, if I read through some of the comments here, Jen Garcia's 88 pounds in 11 months. Natalie loves the energy, doesn't crave sugar anymore. I mean, how many of you don't crave sweets or don't crave the foods that you used to crave as a result, right? A year and a half gone from a size 9'10" to a size 1'2". Holy smokes, Renee, that's fantastic. Kaya says energy, focus, fat loss, feeling amazing, better energy and focus, says Kelly. Marcy, 100 pounds, holy moly. Kelly Zapian, 36 pounds, 4 sizes gone. 3 weeks ago, lots of stuff there. Wow. I mean, you could go on and on and on and on. And if we had time tonight, we were able to just go through everybody on the screen that's had ketones for more than, say, a week. They'd share with you a similar story. So tonight, why I'm excited to talk about the Dollar Keto Club is because of that. What's so special about the Dollar Keto Club? It gives you the ability to join us as a promoter. It lowers the barrier to entry. It makes it really, really simple for you to get started. It gives you great offer on ketones, and you get to become part of our community and earn rewards. And I saw a question earlier just asking a little bit more about our compensation and how all that works. And I'm going to definitely share that with you in a minute. But Diane, I'd love for you to share with us a little bit more about why you love the Prove It community, maybe a little bit about what the Prove It community is, and what do we do as promoters? What does it mean to join us in the Dollar Keto Club? Like, what do we do as a daily basis? What do we get paid to do?
Well, that's an awesome question. Well, we're so unique, and at the end of the day, we're only the expert at sharing our story. And I know this from sharing my story and just wanting other people to feel as good as I feel now. So as a promoter, it's really that simple. We're so backed by the tools. We have the tools. We always like to say, use the tools, don't be the tool. And it gives us an opportunity to share with more people and then allow them an opportunity to see, based on the benefits that they're looking for, how this can work for them. And so it's super simple. The community is outstanding. The reason why I think that it also is outstanding is that everyone that is in this community has been changed because of ketones. And so the heart-centeredness, just that desire to help more people find their better has been something that, I mean, I've been sharing within this community and learning and growing with this community for over 4 years. And every day I feel like it's going to class, it's going to, to school with your friends. And just hearing all of the stories is also so profound. Being able to use other people's stories as well too. So because for me, I was not the fat loss story, I'm more of the mental health and clarity story, but I've also been able to meet so many people who have had so many different benefits show up for them that I'm able to provide more insight while I'm sharing my story whenever I'm learning about what best can show up for other people. So it's so wonderful. Our community is so safe and nurturing, and we're just a team. So it's just been a great ride, and I feel like it's still the beginning for me. So
I love it. Well, thank you, Diane. It's interesting. I was talking to some people this morning about the Dollar Keto Club, and they're asking me, like, what is it? What does it mean? How do you get started? And I'm going to go through all the details of it here in a second, but I want you to think about this. When you get started with the Dollar Keto Club, essentially you're becoming a promoter with Prove It. Dollar Keto Club is a very fun way and a fun club that you get to be part of. It's a fun just way to talk about it. But as a promoter with Prove It, you're getting way more than just ketones and way more than a financial opportunity. There's a lot to it. So I want to talk just a little bit about some of the different pieces. Number one, you get a path to personal health. Right? You get a path, you get a roadmap to the best health of your life. And what's amazing is our customers are experiencing this as people who are drinking ketones. But if you really look at all of our promoters, what kind of sets promoters apart from customers is they just have a slightly higher level of commitment to better, to what they're wanting to achieve here. And as a result, we see our promoters, their overall personal transformation, their personal health journey just go through the roof. There's something that happens, something magical when you get to plug into a group of people like this on a weekly, daily, monthly basis, where you start to learn more, you start to hold yourself accountable more, you start to hear more stories, you start to believe that it's possible for you. And before you know it, you're Sarah Green, who's lost 140 pounds and whose life is completely different, or Marcy, who's lost 100 pounds, or whoever that is. So what I've found is by being part of this community myself, while I didn't have weight loss to achieve, 4.5 years ago, I was not in the physical condition or the shape that I'm in right now, or just the overall like well-being. Today, I'm in the best health of my life. I'm 4.5 years older. I'm in my mid to late 30s, right? And I'm feeling, I hit 40 in 3 years, I'm going to be feeling even better and like at the top of my game 20 years later than most people are at the top of their game. So that's the first thing that you get as part of this community. The second thing is you get to plug into a group of success-minded people. Now, take the health aspect out and insert just people that are motivated, people that want more out of life, people that aren't just settling for the status quo, people that instead of just sitting on the couch and watching Netflix every night for the last 8 weeks, they've been actually doing something. They've been creating a change. They've been creating impact in their communities. You get to be part of a group of people that have purpose, a group of people that are excited every morning when they wake up. And to me, like that gets me excited to wake up to be part of, right? Being part of a movement, being part of something that's bigger than just myself, bigger than just my words. Because as I start to share this, as I introduce this to people, as you start to do the same thing, guess what happens? You create this ripple out in the world. And before you know it, you're having people message you, call you saying, oh my gosh, thank you so much for calling me. Thank you so much for being persistent and asking me to check this out. Because of you today, I'm in a completely different spot. And being part of that group, that community, that movement is priceless. Like you can't put a value on it. You can't put words to it. It's an experience. It's a feeling, right? The third thing that you really get to be part of when you join the Dollar Keto Club is a path to personal development. And a lot of us, we spend our times in jobs. As an airline pilot, I was very well versed in flying an airplane. But I saw many of my friends, many of my peers, while they had the skill set to go fly an airplane safely, I saw all of their other like life skills, relationship skills, communication skills just kind of deteriorate as we aged, right? Because there's no reason to keep that up. You get in your own way, you get in your own like zone, and you just kind of do that rather than saying, hey, there's more out there. I need to learn. I need to grow. So with Improve It, we have a community of education. We have a community of embetterment. We have a community of, hey, how can I become a better version of Nick Martinez today? And we have a path for you to do that. You're going to get to plug into different groups that we have, different systems that we have, where you're going to get to learn different skills that you never knew you needed. 4.5 years ago, I was amazing at flying airplanes. I didn't have a lot of other skills. Today, I don't know. I don't care what happens in life because of the skills that I have developed, because of the mindset, because of who I have become in the process, I can go and do anything. So in this, you get to have that same level of skill, of growth, of development, which is just super exciting. And the final thing is just being part of our community and being able to participate in our rewards plan. And that's something that we don't talk about enough. We should probably talk about it a lot more. But there's tons of people on this call who have turned this from a, hey, I'm just earning some free ketones and grocery money, into a, hey, I'm getting grocery money. Now I'm paying for my car with my keto business. Hey, now I'm paying for my house with my keto business, to, hey, you know what? I might not want to work my full-time job anymore because I'm making enough on my part-time side income business that I can pay all of my bills. And what's amazing is it's a build alongside what you're currently doing in the nooks and crannies of your day. It's not a quit your job and put your life savings into something so that maybe it can happen. I have tons of friends right now who started businesses a few years ago. They're strip mall type businesses and they're just challenged They quit maybe flying airplanes to go and invest in a Cold Stone Creamery, or quit flying airplanes to go do something else. Pilots are entrepreneurial. I'm not sure why. But I'm watching them have this challenge that they're in right now because their model doesn't really fit the ongoing change of society. The neat thing with Prove It's model is it is a business that's not designed to take a ton of your time every day. It's not designed for you to quit your job or go get a degree or go make $100,000 or $200,000 investment in. It's a business that you can start literally for $234 tonight or $1,000 tonight. And as a result, you can create whatever it is that you can fathom. So we were able to start this business for that amount, and literally it's out-earned any business that any of my friends who had spent their lifetime savings in order to create. So whatever financial piece you're looking at this for, it can be, right? If you start to think and start to see a vision for what you can create here, it's absolutely possible. I'm living proof, and it's not just me, like literally in our community, through the ripple that we've created, we have hundreds of people that have, and even thousands of people now that have created massive, massive success. So I want to just walk through real quick a couple screenshots or a couple flyers that will explain the different Dollar Keto Club's systems for getting started as a promoter. Let me see if I can share my screen. Let's see, image, there we go. All right, give me a nod if you can see that. Yes, all right, thank you, Diane. So this is the starter system. And what the starter system is our Dollar Keto Club package. The reason that we call this the Dollar Keto Club is because it actually is discounted from being a promoter. Normally $37, it's only $1. So for $1, you get to join the Dollar Keto Club. You get to be part of this community. Now, normally 3 boxes of Keto Nat would cost you $390. With this package, they've literally discounted it by 40% off. Now, the price that I get as a promoter on a monthly basis is 22% off. So like this is the best deal that I've ever been able to participate in. So it's a great, great, great option for anybody that's ready to start as a promoter. $1 for the promoter membership, $234 for the ketones. It gives you 60 servings, 3 boxes of each. And we're even going to give you an extra $500 if you hit what's called Go MVP. And normally you earn $500. So instead of earning $500, you earn $1,000. So this just alone is a really, really powerful promotion, the extra $500. And the fact that you're getting ketones for 40% off is just phenomenal. Now, this is great because you can drink all these yourself, or you can start selling what we call trial packs, where you sell 3 or 5 or 10 to your friends that are saying, hey, how can I experience it? If you just sold all this, you're like, hey, money's tight, and you just sold through it, you'd actually earn $245 cash on top of what you paid already. So you'd earn your money back and then an additional $245. And as a result of that, you start earning through a rewards plan. Now, the second way to get started tonight is really simple, and I'll share another flyer here. It's through our MVP pack. It's also part of the Dollar Keto Club. It is a little bit larger of a package. It's really geared for people that are like, hey, I know more than 3 or 4 people that might want this. You know, my mom, my dad, my sister, my uncle, my brother, my neighbor, my friend from college, my friend from elementary school. Like if you're thinking of, 5, 10, 15 people that might want to try ketones, this pack gets you a lot of product right away so that you can sell trial packs so that you can drink a lot of it yourself. Maybe you've got a spouse, maybe you've got a significant other or a child or a mom that lives with you or something that you'd want to share it with, right? So you're getting a ton of product and you're getting the membership for $1. And as a result of you just investing a little bit in yourself and in your business, Prove It does reward you with some extra commissions. You get double commissions for 14 days on any promoters that you enroll. You get a rank 5 pass for a year, which just means you get paid at our 5th rank in the rewards plan. There's 10 total ranks. So you get paid halfway through at rank 5 for the first year, regardless of if you hit it. For example, if you hit rank 2, you actually get paid at rank 5. So it's just paying you higher percentages in some of the different rewards. And if you hit what's called All-Star, you're going to get $2,000 instead of $1,000, which is really cool. So this is a great way to get started if you're seeing this just a little bit bigger vision for yourself, a little bit bigger of, hey, I really want to hit the ground running and build this as fast as I can. This is a fantastic option. You also get that same extra $500 bonus. So the the purpose of these packs is just to help you get started, right? Is to put some ketones in your mouth and hopefully ketones into other people's mouths and other people's bodies. And they're really, really powerful. Let's see, I'm going to read some of the questions here. If you have questions, feel free to type them in. Where do I find groups after you sign up? If you're brand new and whoever you enrolled with, shoot them a message, say, hey, plug me into what's going on. We have a Prove It Promoter group. We have a customer group called the Drink Ketones Daily group. We have a group for our team called Better Starts Here 2020. And you're invited to be part of all of those. We have an amazing system, an amazing community for you to plug into. And we have like literally step-by-step process for you to follow. So somebody is going to be holding your hand along the way and guiding you through this. This is not a business that you build by yourself. You're supported by a wonderful community. So Diane, before we sign off, any last thoughts to somebody that's watching? Maybe they're a customer already. Maybe they did a 5-day experience and they're just wondering, all right, is this for me? What would you tell somebody?
I would say yes. And the only reason why is because I know, based on my experience as well too, that we don't realize how many people are silently suffering with a need to be better. And so this really gives you an opportunity to help not only yourself, but other people to learn more about it, have an opportunity to try. So it's a really great opportunity to just expand and share what you've been shared. So that's just kind of the way that I look at it. I even friends of mine and family members of mine, even to start with back in the day, when you have something like this that is available, you realize that people are searching for this. And especially nowadays, with the last 11 plus weeks of the uncertain times that we've had globally, the mood and mindset, like so many people are looking for that extra mood and mindset, that extra energy, as we're shifting and transitioning into this new, it's not even over yet. I just think that it's so powerful to have this readily available so that when you're having a conversation saying, hey, you know what, my energy's better, my mood is lifted, people are more often than not are saying, well, how can I get what you have? And so it really gives you an opportunity to just pay it forward, that which was shared with you. So I think it's a no-brainer, but that's just me. And I just hope for everyone that they can see the light through this call, just the magic that we have in our hands, the community itself as well too, the personal development, just the circle of influence that we have here, being a part of this community, I think is just second to none. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Diane, thank you so much for sharing. Sarah, thank you for sharing earlier. And if you're watching this as a guest or maybe as a customer or maybe as a brand new promoter, I want to just say welcome to our community. We're here to support you. We're here to help you create your journey to create your better, whatever that is for you. So reach out to the person that invited you to this call. Get your questions answered if you have more of them, and get started. Dollar Keto Club just goes on for a few more hours, and it's something that you'll definitely want to take advantage of. But let me say welcome to the community. You're going to have tons and tons of fun. Someday soon, hopefully, we'll all get to hang out in person. Until then, we do a lot of these Zooms and have a good time still. But thanks for being on. Have a great night, and welcome to the next month. It's starting very quickly here. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye now.
Thank you.